Boys and girls. Once again, we are working on a problem string in Bridges Math. Today we're working on the half-tens facts strategy. So follow along as I amaze you with all of our wonderful math lessons today. First problem I'm going to write down is 10 times 18. A lot of you can already tell what the answer is going to be just because of some of the skills we've been working on with 10 times greater, 10 times larger, zeros. But today I'm going to show you how to make a ratio table to solve 10 times 18. Knowing that one group of 18 is 18, we're going to try to figure out how many 10 groups of 18 is. So we can go from one group of 18 to 18. We can do two groups of 36. But since 10 is a nice round number to work with, I'm just going to do times 10 for the top and the bottom. 1 times 10 is 10. 18 times 10 is 180. Now most of you knew that right away. 18 times 10 was 180 to begin with, because we have a multiple of 10 or a power of 10 times a two-digit number. So we can put our 0 down and just multiply the 1 times 18. But the ratio table is a really handy way to solve that problem also. Second problem is 5 times 18. Now some of you heard that, and you can see it now on the sheet of paper, and they do have a relationship. These two numbers have a relationship to the first two digits, or first two numbers. Some of you might like to use partial products for this problem. Some of you might use the old standard algorithm, but once again, I'm going to start out by using a ratio table. And ultimately, trying to find 18 groups of 5. But to begin with, we'll do one group of 5 is 5. And since 5 is a friendly number, I'm going to choose to do 10 groups of 5 next. 10 groups of 5 is 50. And we're trying to get to 18. So from 10, I can find out what 8 more groups would be, which would be 8. And 8 groups of 5 is 40. And now I have the combination of 10 and 8, which is 18. And 50 plus 40 is 90. 18 groups of 5 is 90. Now if you look at the first problem above and the second problem that we just completed, 10 is double of 5, or we could say 5 is half of 10. Knowing that one of our numbers is half of one of the numbers from the first problem, we can assume that if we do half of this first product, we can get the product of our second problem. Well, the third problem is going to really amaze you. 15 times 18. Very similar. 10 times 18, 5 times 18, now we have 15 times 18. Solving it with a ratio table. Starting again with one group of 18s, jumping right away to 10 groups of 18, which we know from our first lesson, our first problem was 180. Now we still have 5 more to account for. So we'll take our 10 groups and add 5 more groups to get 15 groups, like so. Then we have our 180 plus 90, because we did in the problem before this, 5 groups of 18 was 90. And then we add our 180 and our 90, and we get 270. The half-tens facts is a really good way to solve multiplication problems. But again, all of these could be solved with partial products or the standard algorithm. 5 times 8, 40. Regroup our 4. 5 times 1 plus 4 is 90. And 15 times 18 we could have solved with mom and pop or with partial products. Either way. Multiply our 10s first. 10 times 10, 100. 10 times 5 is 50. And we can draw a line so we knew which ones we did. And 8 times 10 is 80. 8 times 5 is 40. We now have 40 products that we can add together to get our product. So either method works, but the half-tens model I thought would be a good way for you to help you solve today's assignment.